everyone, Keith here from Commander Hoop Celtic. So I thought I'd do something different. Throwback player this week is Scott McDonald. Scott follows the page on Instagram, so I said, you know what, I'll challenge myself. I'll do a player profile, see how I get on, see if he approves it or he declines it. We'll see. So basically, I'm going to talk about from his early life in Australia, in Melbourne, up to his times in Glasgow and Motherwell, Southampton, and so. Born in Melbourne, his mum and dad were Scottish. He was the first generation Australian, so he used to spend a lot of time. Used to do a lot of trips to Scotland to see his nanny and granda. There's pictures of him as a kid with Simon Donnelly. He's wearing a Barcelona jersey with a little cap on. That was only recently put up on social media. But Scott McDonald as a striker, for me, I loved him at Celtic. I thought he was a workhorse. Very, very good player with Jan Vennegaard Hesselink. We'll talk about that season as well. But he got the break. He played in the under-17s World Cup for Australia in New Zealand at the time. So he was scouted. He had a choice to go to Bayern Leverkusen or Southampton. So we took the trip to Southampton as a trainee. He was 2 years at the club. Basically, he had a couple of loan spells at Bournemouth and Huddersfield. Huddersfield weren't doing quite well. They ended up nearly going into administration. So what happened was, didn't really work well. He made his Premier League debut against Aston Villa, and then he got the man of the match as well in the League Cup the following week, as far as I remember as well. So he left Southampton in 2002. Had spells at Wimbledon. Then he went on trial to Dundee United. He didn't earn a contract at Dundee United, and then he signed his first professional contract in Scotland in 2004 for Motherwell. So he was at Motherwell for 3 years, became a cult hero at Motherwell. Obviously, he's most recognised and known for is the Helicopter Sunday, May 2005. A lot of Celtic fans are still like, and some of them are like, look, at the end of the day, he scored a cracking goal. It broke our hearts. He was doing a job for Motherwell. As a Celtic fan, growing up as a Celtic fan, he was quite emotional after he talked about in his interview with Simon Ferry. Went into the dressing room, had a towel over his head, just couldn't believe what's happening, because obviously his wife's family are all Celtic fans. Obviously him being a Celtic fan, he was like, oh, my house is gonna get smashed up. People are going to write bad things about me. People are going to hate me now for what I've done. End of the day, it's a football match. It was a good finish. What motivated him, the person that motivated him to get over the slum after that goal, after them goals, was Phil O'Donnell. God bless him. Phil O'Donnell was at Motherwell at the time. Said, look, Scott, get the finger out of the ass. It's football. You're playing for Motherwell. You've done a job for us. At the end of the day, time will heal wounds, whatever. So basically at Motherwell, March 2007, Rangers went in for a bid of 400,000 for Scotty, and it was knocked off. Thank God, as we all know. It would have been mixed emotions if he did go to Rangers. Being a Celtic childhood fan, going to Rangers would have been weird, but it didn't happen. So Celtic done a lot of negotiation about a fortnight after, and we paid in the regional fee of 700k for him. So he was at the club for 2 years. He was a vital part of our European success as well in the Champions League, and obviously the domestic season as well, 2007-2008. So he gave the assist. He played his first proper competitive game for Celtic against Spartak Moscow away. He done the assist for Paul Hartley's cracking header, and the following leg at home, which we won in penalty shootouts, he scored the equaliser to bring the game 1-1 in aggregate. So he's been over the fans straight away. That season he was part of that famous team that beat the European champions AC Milan. He scored in that game. There's an iconic picture of the rain just lashing down Celtic Park, and he's his arms out near the back of the goal. Iconic picture. Literally looks like the gel is going right into his eyes that much, but unbelievable. He wore the 27 shirt that season. I went off to Celtic Park to a couple of European games that season. I'm trying to think. I was at the Benfica game, which he signed an autograph from me. Like, it was that they were going into the press tent at the time after the European game, and he was walking past, and he was wearing the white jacket, tracksuit, signed the autograph. I was like, Jesus, Scott McDonald, this guy, what the hell, legend. Not even yet, but still legend. But yeah, so vital goals that season. He had a good partnership with Jan Vennegaard Hesselink. He says that he was probably the best player he's ever played with. He obviously played with the likes of TCA and so, but he said Jan Vennegaard was just a real striker, just hold up the ball, good in the air, good link play. Then obviously he played with Chris Killen as well at Celtic, Georgia Samaras, Derek Royden as well, Derek that follows the page, and small spells with Saraski before Saraski went off, and Kenny Miller as well. So yeah, he thought when he first signed for Celtic, he's like, oh, I'm just going to be a squad player. I don't want to be a squad player. I want to be showing them that I'm better than that. There's big names around like Thomas Gravison, Nakamura. They only signed Scott Brown at the time for the biggest fee in Scottish football at the time from Hibs. So Scotty wanted to show that he was worth the dollars anyway. Only signed for 700k. So what sticks out to me goals wise, he was a vital part of the second half of the season when we were chasing to get the 3 in a row. The passion he showed. I remember there's a goal I put up recently. His link play with Aidan McGeady was phenomenal at Celtic. I was getting onto them crosses. McGeady put in, even Nakamura. That Motherwell goal, his equaliser he done was phenomenal. Good leap in the air. I was at the 3-2 game against Rangers in 2008, April 2008. He scored the 2 goals, and then Barry Robson scored. But it's just off the ball, he worked his socks off, like he really did. He played for Australia as well 26 times in his career. I think it was like 6 years over a time he played for Australia in the senior side, which is quite good. Played in 3 under level tournaments for Australia as well. So he played the likes against Dani Alves, Adriano, and all he touched on with Soy Fairby. But yeah, he's just his goals. Obviously, his goals against Rangers, the 2 goals. The following season, he wore the iconic number 7 short. I'm actually going to show you a couple of shorts. So obviously, he didn't wear this short. This is the Helicopter Sunday short. Obviously, he thinks about it every day. Plays like some people obviously ask him, and he's just sick of talking about it. But that was a shirt we wore that day. Chris Sutton scored, but look, it's in the past. He's made up. I'd say he's made up since then. So that was the 2005 one. I was talking about the Spartak game, the assists. There's that bad boy there, Scotty boy. Loved wearing long sleeve. He was a big long sleeve person. Loved these long sleeves. He did the baggy long sleeves on him. Other ones, obviously, this one here. He got to wear this for the season. This was the tour jersey, so he wore this a few times. The iconic 27 it was. He was wearing at the time. That bad boy. As we all know, he played with the likes of Nakamura, Gravison, Brown, Jan Vennegaard Hesselink, Lee Naylor, Derek Royden, Arthur Boric, So yeah, good times. And then the following season, the 2008-9, we got a new home strip, and he was given the magic number 7 shorts. So when we think of that jersey, first thing that comes to our mind is Scotty McDonald scoring against Rangers in Ibrox, December 2008. Absolute peach of a goal. The ball came over the top, took a volley, got the knee, volley, bang, right past the keeper. Unbelievable goal. But yeah, I just thought he was very underrated at Celtic. Then he moved on from Celtic in 2000 and January 2010. He went down to Middlesbrough. He was at Middlesbrough there, I think, for 3 years, and played over, I think, 151 times for Middlesbrough. I think it was 40 odd goals he scored for Middlesbrough. So we had the likes of Chris Boyd in his team, Barry Robson, Willow Flood went there as well, McManus, a few boys went there. So he was at Middlesbrough for a good space of time. Then went to Millwall. Didn't really work really well at Millwall. He was at Millwall for, I think it was a season or 2. Scored an iconic goal against Charlton as well, I read up about. And then went back to Motherwell. He was at Motherwell for a good space of time. He returned to his club, the club that gave him the proper chance in Scotland. So he was at Motherwell for a good time. Scored a few goals, sort of vital goals for Motherwell as well. And went to Dundee United. Dundee winning the championship. He was helping Dundee push for promotion. Unfortunately, they lost out on promotion, and then Partick Thistle were relegated to the championship. And last season, a former colleague of his that played for Celtic, Caldwell, asked him would he come back. Came out of semi-retirement to play for Partick Thistle. Helped Partick Thistle avoid the relegation. Some vital goals in there. Fair play, Scotty. And then now he's packing it all up and going back down under to where it all started. So started off in Melbourne. He played 88 times for Celtic, 51 goals. Obviously they scored crucial goals against Rangers, European goals, that iconic league title in 2008, May 2008. So yeah, good times. I was delighted for Scott, because Scott was underrated, as I said, as a player. And his best moments in a Celtic shirt will always be this shirt anyway. The European nights, as I said, this iconic shirt, long sleeve, number 27 McDonald, Scotty boy. And then the Bumblebee, he got to wear the Bumblebee for 6 months. He was the face of the Bumblebee presentation, him and Sean Maloney. So he wore this for a while as well. But that's really it. If you have any Scott McDonald moments that you want to share, put in the comments below. I think I've touched on everything. I just want to recap, as I said. Born in Melbourne, went to Southampton, played for Huddersfield, played for Bournemouth for a short space of time, went to Wimbledon, then journeyed up to Motherwell, played for Motherwell for 3 seasons. Helicopter Sunday was in there. Bids from Rangers, that didn't work out. Celtic signed him, done negotiations in March 2007, went to Celtic, had a good pre-season, helped us get into the Champions League, had scored against AC Milan, scored against Rangers, the 3-2 game, scored against Rangers the following season in Ibrox, and an equaliser as well over the New Year's. He scored a header, nice header as well. But the link-up play between Samaras, himself, and Jan Vennegaard was phenomenal, and very underrated, as I said. Over 50 odd goals for Celtic, which is good, and 2 honours for them as well. He also got Player of the Year, Player of the Month, 3 times in his career as well. He got a Motherwell and he got a Celtic, and he was voted Motherwell's Player of the Year in 2005 as well. There's a little statistic. So I'll leave it there. Thanks very much. I hope you subscribe to it and let us know how we got on. Hail, hail.